Black Clover, despite the criticism it receives, is one of the quickest growing series out there, and it is especially popular exclusively amongst boys. What is the deeper reason behind that though? Hey guys, what's good? This is Dorian here. Today let's talk about Black Clover, one of the quickest growing manga series out there. So much so that it sometimes surpasses One Piece even in terms of the weekly chapter read count on Shueisha's website. However, Black Clover, as you all may know, just like how My Hero Academia is exclusively filled with girls and its fanbase, Black Clover is the opposite of that in the sense that there are almost no girls that enjoy Black Clover, whereas it is only really enjoyed by boys. So what are the factors that draw so many young boys to Black Clover? Not just boys, young men as well. So Black Clover is a genuinely well-written series. So first of all, let's start with Black Clover and where it comes from. So early on, Black Clover, when it first began serializing, a lot of people just labeled it as a cheap Naruto knockoff, and not many people really enjoyed Black Clover. But times have changed since then, since early on people were just complaining that Asta yells a lot and it's just a Naruto copy and there is no deeper lore to be expected from Black Clover. However, Black Clover with time proved everyone wrong, and even big YouTubers now say that it is one of the best anime out there. Not just anime, one of the best manga out there too. So Black Clover is especially charming to young boys in the recent years actually. And first of all, let's start with the fact that Black Clover, does it really take from Naruto entirely? Well, Black Clover has a lot of redeeming qualities of its own. However, it is undeniable that Naruto and Bleach do serve as some inspiration for Black Clover. Even the author of Black Clover himself says that Bleach has provided him some inspiration for his series. However, the fact still remains that Black Clover, so now we begin. Just like, there's an interesting pattern to notice now. Just like Bleach, right, and Dragon Ball, which are series that have indirectly inspired Black Clover, since, well, you have to think about how Dragon Ball inspired Naruto and Bleach inspired Black Clover. Hence, it can be said that Dragon Ball to a great extent has also inspired Black Clover. So why is it that series like Dragon Ball and Bleach, which also are quite obviously aimed at boys, have so many, or well, their fan bases are mainly boys, but Black Clover is the one that's increasing popularity? Why is that? So why Black Clover over Bleach and Dragon Ball? Well, the answer for that, my dear gamers, is simple fact that Black Clover's recent, and Bleach and Dragon Ball both have a lot of episodes and chapters already, and they are hard to catch up on, and a lot of people watch a series to finish it, and they're kind of afraid they'll never really get there. And that is actually the same reason why One Piece is, well, not growing as fast as Black Clover is now, although One Piece's fan base is pretty large as it is. And it just so happens that if someone likes Black Clover, they will also like One Piece and vice versa, since I've noticed a lot of people who enjoy One Piece also tend to enjoy Black Clover. So yeah, besides the fact that Black Clover is a relatively newer series, so that gives them the chance to enjoy it. However, now here's the interesting part. Black Clover is not the only series that takes from Naruto and Bleach, but why is it that boys are drawn to this series and not to My Hero Academia, and My Hero Academia is exclusively popular amongst girls? Well, I made a video about why My Hero Academia is popular amongst girls, but for now, let's stick to the topic at hand. So Black Clover is so popular amongst boys because, first, the art style and designs. Why? Because, well, especially lately, we can see art style and art featuring Asta and him being very muscular now, and that's something that really draws young boys in, since a lot of young boys really do look up to people who are buff, and even small creators on YouTube nowadays are blowing up for this reason, since boys really need a new idol to look up to, and that really helps boys in the crisis and a lot of young men are in crises such as like these. So on top of that is the fact that Black Clover is a zero to hero anime, which instills some philosophical lessons for guys, such as how they must grow stronger from nothing, and how life can be hard, and how no one is gonna come to save them, and how they must make some connections, and how they must hold other people to next to them dear. And yeah, Black Clover instills these values into guys, and that really is quite helpful. On top of that is the fact that, yeah, you can see that these are demands that boys have nowadays that are not fully being fulfilled. So Black Clover really does serve as sort of a catalyst for boys, and Asta does serve as a good role model for boys, even though ironically enough Asta is quite obnoxious and loud, whereas the boys watching it are quite mellow instead. But yeah, still, Asta is a good example of a role model for them because of how much deep he is and how superficial his outward extrovertedness is. Yeah, so that's what really captivates boys. But on top of that is the fact that My Hero Academia also does not appeal to boys because of how the fan base is mainly girls, and how, like I mentioned in the earlier video, it does consist of people who like K-pop and engage in stuff such as harassment on Twitter, which is obviously not something that's going to draw them. So besides the fact, another factor that draws boys into Black Clover is its girls. Yes, as you can see, the girls in Black Clover are quite attractive, especially Noelle and Mimosa, which are obviously gonna captivate boys, since there are also a lot of shots where Mimosa and Noelle are basically just used as fan service in Black Clover, although that's rare and more so just in the anime. So yeah, that also is another motivation why a lot of boys are drawn to Black Clover, because they really love Mimosa, Noelle, and other girls in the series. And finally, we also have the openings of Black Clover, which are literally used as workout music now. Yes, a lot of people literally turn on workout music for Black Clover in their background, so that's quite intriguing nowadays, and how the world has come to the point where you literally have anime normalized amongst young men, and it's not really a geeky interest now. And Black Clover is to a large extent responsible for that, since Black Clover and One Piece are series that are normalizing anime amongst the youth. And yeah, it is quite nice to see how much we have come from that time where anime was frowned upon. But regardless, Black Clover, yes, Black Clover has become the more casual anime, and it's quite popular amongst boys for that reason. But here's another deeper question. Why is it that no girls really enjoy Black Clover? Well, the reason for that is obviously just how I mentioned no boys are gonna enjoy My Hero Academia because of how the fandom is now. Yeah, the same really applies. Girls are really not drawn to Black Clover much for the same reason they would not be drawn to series like Dragon Ball and Bleach, since they are also more boyish, and they're clearly aimed at boys, and on top of the fact is that they do not really have entertainment value that really girls love. So yeah, it's kind of just simple as that on that end, since the community is quite literally just exclusively boys, so expecting female Black Clover fans is quite rare. Now, I'm not saying that there are no Black Clover female fans, there are, but they are quite obviously much rarer than Black Clover male fans, and it's exclusively, especially if you join a Black Clover Discord server, you will see that exclusively it's mostly just boys there. Yeah, and literally just any Black Clover server you can randomly find it's true for so many of them to a funny extent. And it's not just Discord server, even on Twitter you can see that Black Clover is just enjoyed amongst boys. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, with that out of the way, I would say as a final note that it is quite interesting to see how much society has evolved since then, and it is going towards a quite intriguing end, since we have also AI that is taking control of everything. We literally have Batman giving emotional advice to people in these days, and yeah, and it's quite interesting that digital stories such as Black Clover and other anime are the main inspiration for guys these days. So let's just see what the future holds next. With that out of the way, guys, this has been Dorian, and do check out my other video about My Hero Academia, by the way, and why only girls enjoy it. Trust me, it is some great commentary there. So yeah, make sure to check out my other video about why only girls like My Hero Academia, and make sure to like and subscribe. With that out of the way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, gamers. Bye!